gLife.
Hey, what's good, humans and aliens? It's gLife here, aka the Firewalker. And today I'm in my gLife shirt, my gLife hat. Where's my cup of coffee? Today we're going to make a simple hip-hop beat utilizing the drummer track on GarageBand. This is a tutorial for beginners. You need no previous experience. I will walk you through it. You don't need a MIDI keyboard. You don't need any of that. We're going to make a West Coast type beat for Dr. Dre or Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, on GarageBand from scratch for beginners, a tutorial. You guys ready? A 2022 GarageBand hip-hop beat tutorial. All those keywords. If you're enjoying the content, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for joining me as we make music every day over here. Check out the description below where you'll find links to purchase this shirt, purchase this hat, buy me a cup of coffee. It's the best way to support the channel. You'll also find links to my Spotify account, my BeatStars account, where I upload all of my beats. If you're a producer and you're not a member of BeatStars, please use my affiliate link below to sign up to the world's largest beat buying, beat selling platform. I made several GarageBand tutorials in 2021. Check them out. The description should be somewhere around here. But this beat is going to be better. That's all. But check those out. If you like this tutorial, check out the ones I did from last year for GarageBand. Okay, everybody. So if you go to GarageBand and new, this is what comes up. Empty project. Choose it. We're going to be using software instrument and drummer. We'll start with drummer. So we have our drummer track. These are what we're going to use, everything over here and here, to change the drummer track. If we go to a rock band, now it's got a rock track, and it changed the tempo automatically for us. Now if we want to have this play in a loop while we go through the sounds, we'll click this gray bar. Now it's yellow, and it's the cycle range indicator. We will click on it and drag it. And now the whole 8 bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, is looping. While it's playing or looping, we can make the changes as well. I'm trying to make like a West Coast Dr. Dre, Nipsey Hussle type beat, but we'll just see where it goes. I think this could work. A couple more. So I changed the tempo just by dragging it up. The other thing we can do, we can make changes here. We can make changes here. We also can change the kits here, and then you really can get deeper here, and we will. We're going to come up with something simple and build our beat from there. Okay. I don't want to spend too much time on that yet. Let's get into the beat. So the next step would be press this plus sign, or the track will be listed right here, track. And you go to a new track. We'll just pick software instrument. These are for guitar or vocals. Software instrument is going to be your synthesizers, all these electric things. And there's a bunch of differences between GarageBand and Logic Pro X. But one of the main differences is there's going to be a lot more options when it comes to sounds, including what you might have heard as plugins or virtual instruments. I have an Akai MIDI keyboard. A lot of people start out with an Akai MIDI keyboard. And I've labeled it with the notes. It has this drum pad, and it's wired in for Logic Pro. But what you can do is you can use your keyboard. So I believe it's Command K. Okay, yeah. Our musical typing keyboard came up. You can see it on the screen. So now these buttons correlate. A lot of chords are built off of just these two. So that's how I would start by building chords. Right, okay. You can see these three make a F minor. Now one thing you can do right here, you can Command C copy and Command V paste, so now we have longer. So we're just gonna get started by striking like a C minor chord, like kind of like a dun 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 dun. We will press the record button, or R, on our keyboard, and it should give us a little countdown, and then you'll see it recording here as we try to play it. Okay, but maybe we'll pencil most of it in. And we'll work with that. We'll see where we can go from there. Let's just strike some of those in there anyway. Let's even get rid of those, are too sloppy. These ones might work. We'll quantize those. Boom. Yeah, that one pulled it right. Nice, good quantizing. Okay. Okay. Ooh, nice. I like it. Take the whole thing. Do Command C and Command V. That should do it for us. Let's see. Think we got a hit. It's time to call Dre, time to call M. So now we got our 8 bars. See, to me that sounds like some West Coast shit a little more, but you know what else we can do, if we can do it. Drag these up another octave. Or even just add in another octave higher for the notes. What do you think? Yeah, that's exactly what it needed, obviously. Gotta know just the smallest amount of music to know what I was doing there. I was just taking this note, which is a C3 on the keyboard, moving and adding one, which is a C4, so this would be technically an octave higher. Same note, so it's going to work no matter what because it's the same note. You could realistically keep building all of this. You could add this one up there, you know. Now if you're enjoying this, you should really get Logic Pro. I know they offer a free 90-day trial, which is a long trial, on the Apple Store. Not even the App Store, but the Apple website. And then I got mine with like a bundle with Final Cut Pro, and it ended up being pretty affordable. And I like showing how you can do it all with stock plugins because a lot of producers will think that you need to get the best plugins, but some of the best producers I know just use stock plugins. So we're going to do another software instrument track. We're going to do a bass line. Usually there'll be other basses in the synthesizer here. Yeah, so you got bass options here too. And then if you go back, there's other bass options like actual basses. So let's see what we got again. Synthesizer, bass, 80s pop. I mean, 80s pop might even be what we want. So again, what we're going to do, Command K. We're going to use our musical typing keyboard. It says here 80s pop bass. We know that we have some key notes that we were using because it came up here. So now we can go an octave lower here. Octave C2, octave C1. I mean, that might be what we want to do. Sometimes though you'll record it in the higher octave, then you'll drag it down, so it's easier to record that way because you can hear it that way better. You can hear it louder. It comes through all speakers better. You don't need a sub. Maybe we stick with that 80s pop bass. So if you notice, I'm using the same keys I just used. Because they're going to work, obviously. So when you're making a simple song, it's very easy. You can just use the same notes over and over. In fact, we could do, after that, we'll show you, I'll just take the same pattern, we'll duplicate it and add in like some quick strings as like just a little ambiance and whatever, you know. Let's see if we can get a decent bass line in here. Look at it, musical type. We will pull it up in the piano roll, as they call it. Okay, now let's see if quantizing will help us at all. Looks like those help. Let's hear it from here. Yeah, that was late. So no, we want it more like that. Okay. Let's see if that works. We do want this one to hit here. Yeah, I mean, let's do what I was just talking about, and we'll take these, take this. Well, we'll do a new software instrument track. Maybe we'll go ahead and pick something like, I think strings might be under synthesizer too. Let's hear something like this. Yeah, and then you just take like these and we copy. We go down here and we click on this one. And we paste. Yep. Let's see. So because of the sound, you can't really tell that it's chopping. Dun, 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 dun. But I like it because what I was going to use otherwise was like what they call a pad, and to me a pad just reminds me of like a long string. It's like or a hum or whatever. So I think these work as a pad. We could even cut the piano in and out. They'll help us to like provide build-ups and stuff. Okay, we should though get with these EQs. Well, you know what? That's a little too advanced. I'll do that at the end, and I'll explain it at the end. It's my question of the day. How many of you producers started out on GarageBand or something similar, just something real basic, as opposed to diving right into FL Studio or Logic Pro or Ableton? Man, Ableton looks confusing to me. That's the question of the day. Enter your answer in below for a chance to win this hat. Could you consider yourself done? Sure. I don't, though. Let's see what some of those other strings sounded like real quick. We'll press Command K again. I think we can come up with something. I'm just banging on those same keys. Nailed it. Okay, so we highlight it all, press Q, go back, now let's listen. I would say we now have enough elements to finish our song, but let's see, just for fun, if we could get another piece. Now I'm thinking like you could always get another piece like a chime or a bell. Thinking like a pluck. Let's see if they even have plucks. Plucks kind of okay. Bass plucks, plucks. Let's try shorty plucky synth. You know what might be better than this pluck would be a flute, because that pluck sounds close. That sounded close to a flute. You know, I think that might work. Or let's hear that one again with a higher octave. Yeah, people love the flute, especially in rap, right? Maybe that's another situation where it's an either or. We're either using this or we're using this. So what that would look like when we arrange it is like this. I think that gives us enough pieces, especially for a simple beat, and because we have to continue using the drummer track. Because now we have to arrange it. Even as a beginner, you have to arrange your beat. I would call this the hook, and I would call this the verse, just because we're separating from the flute and the smart strings. So what I would do here is I would highlight all these. I would Command C. I would make sure you're right on point with that thing. Command V. Okay, now this one, same thing. Command C, Command V. Okay. Let's hear the transition. Now the other thing we're going to want is to have the drums be different for the verse and the hook. One thing I always like to do is I'll use this area, the kick, because I like having the kick follow the 808. So we'll have the kick follow the 80s pop bass. '80s pop bass. Now you can see that changed everything. Let's see. I like it. So we'll have that. We'll have that for the hook. This one will build out still. For the chorus, we're just going to make it a little more popping. So we'll add in that sound, we'll add in this sound, we'll up this, and that should be good. Actually, we'll also make it louder and more complex. And of course, you're going to have to adjust the volume as you see fit. Now, when I was talking about EQing things, I'll just show you EQing. If you double click that over here, your EQ comes up. Now, it looks like a couple of them. So this flute has the EQ kind of built in. A little bit of tiny bit of EQing here. The main thing we do with a lot of these is like this flute's going to be on the higher notes. You can see it right there, right? So what we'll do, because it's not even utilizing this bassy spectrum, we're just going to cut all that out. And you might hear that difference, you might not. But either way, it's what's called leaving room. I mean, if we go too far in, you'll definitely hear the difference. The other thing, if it's too high and too annoying, you use that just for a quick drop off on the highs. Sometimes you want a certain sound to be higher. Sometimes you want to take it out. That's going to be your basic EQing. The reason we do that is because, like, so the next one over here as an EQ on the 80s bass, we want to do the opposite of what we just did. Either way, we're going to just cut the highs out. because we know that our bass doesn't need highs. So then I would just do an intro and outro, and I would I'll show you how to do that real quick too. What I would do is I would just have, for this song, we'll just do, we'll do a full 16 bar intro. Now this will zoom you in and out up there. So this is our 16 bar intro we now have. So we're going to option drag one here, option drag one here. This will be the sound that we're starting with. Maybe it won't be actually. Yeah, maybe like we were saying, maybe this like see, I'm feeling a clap now. So we're going to take this and we're going to alter this one a lot down to simple, soft, and we're just going to only have the clap and maybe whatever that is, the snare. We got to switch through some different drum kits possibly. I mean, that's kind of cool for the clap. Pull the bass out. We'll let the bass start just like right before. Maybe what we do here too is we up the drums just a tiny bit. So I just drag that in half, like you've seen, then I drag that over. Now this one, we will just like do something like this, and we'll add in like another sound. Except not the snare, because often snares and claps go on the same pattern, so we won't do the snare on that one. That's the one. Then the whole song kicks in. Really wondering about this bass. It's just not really that subby, you know? Like, what else could we do to it? Master. Effects? Okay. I didn't realize that I haven't messed with the effects on GarageBand. There we go. Now you can feel it at least. Dope. I've never messed with any of that stuff, but that made the bass sound a lot better, so please mess with it at your own whim. So we got our intro, and so what we're going to do now is we're going to make this, like we said, these 8. Okay, so it's just 8. So you at least want 16 bars for a verse. So what we'll do is we're actually going to pull these out another 8. And then we will copy and paste some more here. No, wait. Yep, what we'll do, we already went, we'll fill this gap in the other way though. So it went chorus, verse, continuing verse, and then we'll do this again, copy, paste, and let's shrink it so we can see what we got. Now we've got chorus, verse, chorus, verse. We won't do it again. Chorus, verse, chorus, outro. So we will build the outro right here. That might have even done it right there for us. Almost. Command C, Command V. Yeah, it'll be a short outro. Command C, Command V. We'll just cut it like that, like that. Let's see. So this is chorus, outro. Dope. Way dope. Cool. And that's it. That's the beat. What I would do then is I would add my vocal tag, which I can do. Let's see if I can pull up.
Little G, big life.
That's it, man. That's it. Okay, so we just made our first beat, our first simple beat, our first hip-hop beat, our first West Coast beat for Dr. Dre and Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, on GarageBand with stock plugins for beginners, no previous experience necessary, and I think it turned out pretty awesome. So I was going to upload it to BeatStars, but I actually just texted it over to one of my artists I work with named Fat G. Fat G said he wants it, so I just sold it to Fat G. That quick, boom. We made that beat in an hour, sold it in an hour, on to the next one. It's the life of the producer. Thank you for joining me as we make music every day over here. Check out the description below where you'll find all types of links, and definitely follow me everywhere at gLife. Check out my website, gLife.com, for all the coolest poetry, paintings, beats, raps, and more. And I'm out of here. I'm going swimming. Peace.
Little G, big life.